is Matt Fritz. I like to feel I'm one of the biggest supporters, if not the biggest supporter, of Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party. As you can tell by my house, I really stand with the guy. I voted for him because he was not a politician. He was a businessman, and that's why I voted for Donald J. Trump, and I feel he's doing exactly what he said he'd do.
I'm a big supporter of Matt's because I'm a big supporter of Trump. He's a man that wants to get the job done. I love him. So.
Why do you see everybody else cheering him on but you? Some people get really wound up. She is a major case of Trump derangement syndrome. For Trump. I feel I'm doing the right thing by supporting our president. So the more I support him, whether it's my Trump truck or whether it's my Trump house, that's just who I am and what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do, and when I do it, I kind of go over the top just to show my support. It's that simple.
All right, tell me about the truck.
Well, the truck idea totally came from a gentleman that came into town with the what they call the float or the Unity Bridge. The Trump Unity Bridge, his name is Rob. You might have seen him. He does have a Facebook and a website, I even believe, but he travels the entire country supporting the president basically the same exact way I do. He goes to major events all across the United States, pulling, I think it's a 30-foot trailer, and the trailer is actually part of a bridge. So that's where I got my idea. Obviously a little bit smaller time than that with my truck, and he didn't have so many of the decals on his truck. He pulled a trailer, but I just thought, you know what, I thought I'd look into having my truck what they call wrapped.
Yeah, so you must get a lot of reactions.
I do get a lot of reactions and a lot of head turning and everything. I will admit that putting a 500 watt speaker on top of the roof playing patriotic music does help. That does make the heads turn. Then they look and see me coming. But once again, it's the same thing with my house. Most of the time, it's positive. It really is 90%. I recently took basically a 400-mile journey to the Adirondacks, going down the New York State Thruway with many out-of-state plates. And the reaction is pretty much the same. It just is positive. It really is. The count I took really quick while I was driving. I like to be safe when I'm driving. But I took a tally, and it was basically ended up, I stopped keeping track when it was 125 thumbs up or horn honking, or waving and smiles to basically 10. So 125 to 10, whatever that percentage is for you mathematical people.
I feel Matt Fritz is doing a great thing for a great president. I think more people should be doing that. More people should be supporting the president that we have in office now, like we did for Kennedy. I feel that people are afraid to show their support for Trump because they're afraid of retaliation from people who dislike Trump. And it is a great sadness that people can't support a man who is draining the swamp of all the negativity, bad doings, corrupt politicians. And I support Matt 100% in everything that he's doing.
I think Matt's getting more of a positive response ultimately. There are some negative comments that I see, but for the most part, what Matt's doing is definitely bringing out more Trump supporters and making them not as afraid to speak up themselves.
I've been with Matt at the Trump truck in a lot of different places, and the support is crazy. It's overwhelming sometimes. It's mostly 90%, I would say, support, and you get your small 10% that will put up a middle finger or, maybe shout out a window, but really it's mostly beeps and waves, and you go get him, and he has a lot of support with the truck, and it goes to show how many people really do support the president. I think it's a lot more than people think. I think there is a silent majority because of so much negativity that I think that there are a lot of people that are afraid to say they support President Trump because of the backlash that they'll get because of it, just so much negativity.
The truth of the matter is, a lot of people think I get a lot of negativity, and I don't. I've never, knock on wood, had anything thrown at the house, shot at the house. A lot of people think I'm going to get shot at or the house is going to get lit on fire. There's really nothing, I shouldn't say nothing but positive, but it is literally 90% positive. I have people pull up all the time. It just happened probably about half hour ago, just before we started shooting, that a lady pulled up with a really southern draw. She was from Kentucky, married 47 years, absolutely loved what I'm doing. And she asked me about my signs and the Christmas lights and everything. And it was fantastic. And I get that all the time. People are pulling up here taking pictures, sitting on my steps, taking selfies with the president and the first lady that I have out here if they're on the porch because of the weather. And then a lot of times they just pull up out front and take them here in front of the cutouts themselves. But it is really 90%, I'd say, positive. Very little negativity. And if that's the way they want to be, that's the way they can be. I normally just wave to them as well, and that's that.
When Obama was coming into office, I was proud. I was a proud black man because I felt that the United States was finally waking up and it was going to change. And then after his first term in there, I realized that he was a puppet, that he was duped, and he did a lot of things that people asked him to do. He was not for the American people in my eyes. So I was bummed out. When it was time to re-elect him, I didn't vote. I just kind of let it go and went about my business and lived my life. And then at the end, when we started campaigning for our next president, and it was Hillary Rodham Clinton, who I don't trust at all. I mean, she could tell me the sun was shining and I have to look out the window to see. And it was Donald Trump. I didn't know anything about Donald Trump except that he was a billionaire and he was a businessman. So I started doing some research. I fell in love with the guy. I'm not ashamed to say that. I thought, this man's a businessman, he's not a politician, he can't be bought. And everybody's like, well, we'll see. So I voted Donald Trump. My parents were like, well, you're a Democrat, you shouldn't be doing that. Well, at that point, I decided, well, I want to change my party.
What's the worst reaction you ever got?
I would have to say, not so much the worst reaction, but the craziest action was some girl in a housing development I got up inside of, a housing track, and I couldn't get turned around. It was a cul-de-sac, I guess you'd say. And I went to turn around and I got the music playing, the windows down, it's a beautiful day, and I'm hearing this high-pitched scream, continuous, repetitive scream, like a squeak of my wheel. So I turned the music down and I hear some girl screaming, Joe Biden. And when I say screaming to the top of her lungs, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, I mean ludicrous, in a housing tract, holding a child in her hand, jumping up and down, screaming Joe Biden. Well, her boyfriend stood there and videotaped me or her, I'm not sure. And she did this continuously. I know you don't think it's a long time, but she probably did this for a minute straight, minute and a half, while holding the child to the top of her lungs. That's probably the most craziest response I've ever seen to my truck, for sure. So this is the big deal right here. It's the Trump boat parade on Canandaigua Lake. It's supposed to have a great turnout, great weather. All about supporting our President Trump and back the blue. Things are going great. Mother Nature held off for us, that's good. And just looking forward to a real good time. A safe and good time.
I love the witness for Trump, all the support. This is great. Fantastic. Nice job.
I can honestly say I've never been so involved in politics until Trump came along. When he says he's transparent, he means it, and I can relate to it. He loves America. He's a God-fearing man. What a great example for all of us, our children especially. God bless the man. Promises made, promises kept. He got my vote.
Probably the question I get asked the most is why I voted for Donald Trump and why I support the guy so much. And the bottom line is that I felt that it was about time that we had a businessman running our country. That's pretty much in a nutshell. And he wasn't a politician. If it's one thing I've learned is that politicians from top to bottom are just crooked and not good. Whether it's a Republican politician, a Democrat politician, liberal, whatever you want to call it. It's just not good. Just hearing the name, just hearing the word politician, you got trouble right from the get-go. And to me, the problem I had with it is it's always donate money. Donate to me, donate to this one. Well, why do we got to donate any money? So it's all turned into money. And the only other time I voted in my entire life was at least, I'm going to guess at least 20 some years ago, was for Ross Perot. And for the same exact reason. Ross Perot was a businessman. And I felt that it was, even then, this country needs to be run like a business. There's no doubt about it, because it is one giant business, the way things get done. And I always did feel that he would stick to his words and do what he needed to do to keep his word. He said he would do this, he does it. It's that simple.
The attention that African American people, black, we're Americans. I don't understand why you need special attention to get your point across. I don't agree with it at all. You know, are there problems? Yes. What that police officer did to that guy, to George Floyd, should have never happened. But that could have easily happened to a white person. That could have happened to anybody. I feel that those two knew each other, and that cop was retaliating against something that happened, and it sparked a lot of attention. We need police officers. We need more police officers. Do we need reform to where they need more schooling? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a cop. But all I know is when I call in the middle of the night for a cop because someone's doing something they shouldn't be doing, I want them to respond. We need that. We don't need people out there handling the law in their own way. That'll just create anarchy.
So Black Lives Matter, very touchy subject. I believe all lives matter. Every race has been discriminated, every person, people have been discriminated for many, many years. But I do believe all lives matter. I mean, you have blacks killing blacks, you have whites killing whites, you have blacks killing whites, you have whites killing blacks. You have cops killing people, you have people killing cops. It's crazy that they've taken it to the extent that they have, burning cities down, you know, overturning police cars, coming to our area and ruining Rochester, looting and destroying businesses. How is that saying Black Lives Matter? You're looting and stealing from your own people, from your own race. So what kind of point are you getting across when you're destroying your own people?
Why does the media have to always, in news in general, every time you open a paper up or turn the TV on or you turn the internet on, it's always about the bad things that are going on, and only specific bad things. But if you have 50,000 people at a Trump rally, let's just say 50,000, because recently he had over 1 million people want to attend his rally this coming weekend in Arizona. But if you have, let's just use a number, 50,000 people at a Trump rally cheering Donald J. Trump on, and all of a sudden you get 5, 10, 15, even 100 people out of 50,000 off to the side, beating people up with baseball bats or throwing things at them or doing whatever negative, what do you read about in tomorrow's paper? Trump's rally was nothing but an absolute chaotic mess with people doing nasty things. They didn't concentrate on the 49,900 great fans that love Trump. They concentrate on the 100 people off to the side that were downright nasty and full of hatred. And that's just disgusting to me.
But the media is putting so much emphasis on the white people hating on the black people, I feel, because it just helps and supports what they're trying to do, and which is control the people on the left and capture their vote when they're only sharing what they want you to hear, what they want you to believe, what they believe. They don't want you to think for yourself. So by showing all these white police officers killing these black people or treating them wrong is just causing segregation, and they don't share when the white people get killed by police officers. They don't share white people arrested for crimes. They don't want you to see all the white people getting in trouble or going to jail. They only want you to see the black people.
And if you want to come up with a specific case as we speak and as I sit here today, we just went through the gentleman being murdered by that cop. I forget the guy's name, to be honest with you, which I guess it doesn't much matter because everybody knows. This gentleman, black guy, had a knee in his neck from a white cop. What the white cop did, I am not afraid to say right up front, that was just rude, nasty, and he deserves to be charged with murder, no doubt about it. But I don't think we should ignore the facts that led up to him being high on meth in his criminal past, of how he ended up there on the ground with a knee in his neck from a cop. How about let's not get to that point so you don't have to worry about it? How about cleaning your act up and taking advantage of all the great opportunities in this country that we have and that we are losing if Donald Trump doesn't get voted back in there?
My fellow Americans, tonight I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak that started in China and is now spreading throughout the world. Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
In many places in this country, Americans cannot go to the park with their children. They can't go to church. They can't have family dinners with their relatives. They can't go to the dentist. They can't get a knee replacement. They can't get married. Tens of millions of them can't afford to do much of anything right now because they're unemployed. But they better not complain about it. If they voice their complaints online, they're liable to be censored by the tech companies. If they complain in public, they could be arrested, and a number of them have been. The whims of our political leaders are now unquestioned law. Dissent has been banned, and that ban is relentlessly enforced by the willing stooges in our media who have finally stopped pretending they don't hate you. They definitely do. What country is this?
So my business has suffered from coronavirus as I was shut down for 11 weeks when there were liquor stores deemed essential. You have Lowe's, Walmart, Wegmans, all of those places were making a fortune with hundreds of people coming in and out the door every day, and I couldn't be in my salon with a 1-to-1 ratio. So I was shut down for 11 weeks with a very big problem with unemployment, as most people did have during that time.
I feel like Trump should not be blamed for the coronavirus or the deaths because he's not the reason the coronavirus happened. He's not the reason these people are dying from the coronavirus. I feel that people are so focused on the coronavirus because the media will not stop displaying headlines. Coronavirus is starting to spread again. Wear your masks. They never focus on what Trump has done for America, what Trump has done in his term of being president for the past 4 years. All the good is not being focused on. It's only the bad. And the people that can't think for themselves are hearing the left and their lies and their fake news. And then those people are starting to form their opinions on just solely what those people believe. They're not seeing the whole picture.
I'm a firm believer in seeing, touching, and feeling things as far as it being real. And let me go out on a limb here and talk about God, Bigfoot, and UFOs, okay? If I can't see it, touch it, feel it, I don't really like to set my mind that it's real. So as far as the coronavirus and COVID-19, back in December or January, I probably got the sickest I've ever been in my life. And I was a wheeze down inside my chest congestion, fever. I had it all, according to Dr. Fauci and all the experts. I apparently had COVID-19/coronavirus back then. And I feel it swept through our area. If that was the real deal, it swept through our area long before that they needed to shut the country down. Because they never needed to shut the country down. That's the bottom line. And I'm going to stand my ground that this was a plandemic or scamdemic, whatever you want to call it, just because getting back to what I see, touch, feel, whatever, I have close to 5,000 friends on my Facebook. Okay, some people might say, oh, they're really not all your friends. No, but there's a lot of people on there that I do know because of my support for Trump or me being a Buffalo Bills fan, one way or the other, but I do communicate with hundreds of them. I also have a lot of family and a lot of friends. And when I have to ask the question, if anybody knows anybody that has gotten sick from COVID-19, tested positive for COVID-19, or died from COVID-19, and every single time I ask that question to 5,000 friends on my Facebook or my family and friends in person, you want to know what the answer is? A big fat goose egg, a big nothing.
Second Amendment. I am 100% behind this because our guns need to be protected. We have that right. It was given to us by our founding fathers, and it should not go away. The Democratic Party wants it to go away. They want to control guns.
Our government's trying to control us. Our government is supposed to work for we the people. Let's concentrate on the Second Amendment. It is a very, once again, our founding fathers, what a fantastic job. You shall not infringe upon our right to bear arms, but the bottom line means exactly that. Don't infringe upon my right to own arms. And they're doing just that, especially here in New York, which we've all heard of the SAFE Act. So on the Second Amendment, it's really, really simply explained. The Second Amendment, whether it's a gun, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a butter knife, whether it's a fork, whether it's a rope, whether it's a baseball bat, whether it's a rock, a bad person is gonna be a bad person. Don't even argue with me. Don't even discuss it. You can say that guns do bad things. Guns do not do bad things. People do bad things. People do bad things with guns. People do bad things with rocks. People do bad things with their fists. People do bad things with ropes, cars, vehicles. Doesn't matter what. We cannot control bad people. Bad people are always going to be bad. It's that simple. That simple. You can put a gun in the corner room of any building, any house, or anywhere, and as long as a bad person doesn't pick that gun up, there's not going to be bad things done with that gun.
I feel that everybody should have the right to carry a firearm if you follow the rules that are set in place. Donald Trump is for the Second Amendment. Joe Biden, not so much. He doesn't even know what an AR-15 is. He calls it an AR-14.
And as far as freedom of speech, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter are trying to control our freedom of speech. And President Trump is on it. Trust me, he is on it. He's even having these folks at the White House to discuss it. Did Obama have any of them there? Nope, didn't care. But we need to take care of our freedom of speech because we should be allowed, within reason, to freely express how we feel. Every time we turn around, someone's feelings are getting hurt. It's out of control. There's got to be a trophy for everybody. You want to know what my father said to me when I was growing up? Second place is the first loser. Get your ass out there and run a little faster, Matt. Not today. Second place gets a trophy, third place gets a trophy, last place gets a trophy. That's not the way it is in life, folks. You go to college, you work hard, you get a degree, you earn money, you took first place. That's your trophy, to live in the United States of America and to be able to do that. Why do you see everybody else cheering on but you? Go. Me. I'm happy. You. Go. Some people get really wound up. She is a major case of Trump derangement syndrome. She's calling me the crybaby. She's sitting in her car like I'm crying. I'm out here with great smiles on my face and everybody beeping their horn and giving me thumbs up. She is the only one. Here she comes. Big middle finger right there. Unbelievable. It's up, and once in a while, as you can tell by what you just witnessed, and throughout my day, since I've been doing this, since Trump came down that escalator and announced that he's running for president, this is the support I've shown because of people like her and him not being a politician. It's that simple. It really is. But as you've seen and noticed throughout me going out in a day, doesn't matter, it's 90% positive stuff, and the rest of it is negative. But it's only 1 in 10, 5 in 100. Here comes a gentleman right here.
It's Trump's fault.
Everything. You should.
Name it.
Yeah.
I'm here. It's his fault.
It's your fault. So, like I was saying, 90% positive. I think normal Americans, I call it. I don't know. I really don't even know how to express it. That lady right there driving a 1920 Punch Bug, wearing a sun-filtered hat, and just the image of it. And I don't normally judge people like that, but her calling me the crybaby and the whiner, I just don't understand it. And I'm out here enjoying myself with my truck. I don't get it. I really don't. I guess one of the biggest things is a business. Now, that's probably the biggest thing I hear. Oh, I own a business. I can't support our president. What the hell? What the hell's going on there? Oh, I own a business. I can't support our president. I don't care who the hell you are and what you do. You should be able to support your president. I don't get that part of it. I do know several businesses that do support our president. As a matter of fact, the owner of the company I work for supports our president. Wears a hat every day. Owner, founder of the company I work for. 30 some years, 40 years, close to 40 years. Businesses better start standing up. I do know businesses that are owned and put Trump signs in their window that say I support our president or Trump 2020, and guess what? Their business increased.
I feel that other people who don't support Trump and the way they're treating other people is appalling. Everybody has the right to support the president, and they shouldn't be shamed, or they shouldn't have to argue their point. They shouldn't have to feel anxiety because their neighbor likes Biden. I respect people who like Biden, but I don't feel that he's the best candidate or president for the United States. I feel that Donald Trump is doing a great job. He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. He wants America to be great again. The America that he knows when he was growing up, where everybody had a shot to make money. And it ain't happening right now until he's done.
I feel I'm doing the right thing by supporting our president. So the more I support him, whether it's my Trump truck or whether it's my Trump house, that's just who I am and what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do, and when I do it, I kind of go over the top just to show my support. It's that simple.